That's so funny. I did that yesterday.
Yeah, I know. We're comedians. Internet comedians.
So, crush it, comrades. It's me, Dylan Evans, and I'm joined by Rox Abel and special guest star.
Emphasis on the special. Hey, by the way, where did you get your intro? What is the comrade?
Are we gonna not tell them who you are?
So I just thought, I just like the idea of a communist YouTube channel. I thought that was funny, but Stoke Krusha very roughly translates to what's good in Russian. So I thought that was just a good thing to say in the very beginning of the stuff.
This entire time I thought it was some super cringy Skull Crusher comrades.
No, it's Stoke Krusha, and it's like fucking rough. It's basically like saying hand penis when you're referring to masturbating in English. It's very rough, but I just like that because it allows us to say like, comment, and conform, which I got from a video game I watched once, which is very fucking funny.
We're playing the beginner's guide with Cage Lewis.
I was actually gonna say he's Epstein, but
with Jeffrey Epstein.
That'd be funny.
Tupac is also in the house.
Can you say that into the mic?
These kids keep fucking with me.
Oh no! All right, we're gonna start.
Oh, we're playing the beginner's guide, and Jeffrey and Tupac are eating sandwiches.
Make sure audio is on.
I'm actually gonna eat my sandwich too.
So we went to Subway, right?
Hi there.
Used a coupon, pretty cool.
The beginner's guide.
Shit.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
It is. Can you grab it for me?
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made. Until suddenly one day, he just
You're bee-hopping? You're bee-hopping?
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one
since. He's pushing!
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
Coda, this looks like shit.
If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at davey@gmail.com. Okay, that's the introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
It's a guy nailed to a cross. Just something fucked
Oh
up.
shit. What is this?
Wait, if these are in his...
Oh! He got a gun. The worst person to be given a
This
gun
game
has
is
been
called
given a
Escape
weapon.
from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
The hallways kind of look like Halo. Like that crawling section in Halo, you know, in the first one.
There's some pretty bopping music playing.
Combat Evolved. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Security code breached.
Can you shoot again?
Hostile alien life form inbound.
Doesn't make any noise.
Yeah.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But then clearly there are no enemies
You got an ammo?
You
Yeah.
can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than...
Yeah, you know, maybe you shouldn't have been shooting when there was nothing to shoot at.
You told me to.
Go through the door. It's open now.
Oh, okay.
Ha! A window.
Shoot again?
Escape.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
That's pretty good. Oh, fuck. A maze.
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, fuck.
Go back into the maze, solve it. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, fuck
Or
you,
if
guy.
you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome.
Yeah, and now he told us to. Now we're gonna ignore him there too.
Yeah, eat a dick.
In the Stanley
This is the
Parable,
part that's
you're supposed to
interesting.
ignore all the
The game has this
options.
narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Sure.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
Did his mom voice this
I was
part?
gonna say, is Coda actually a girl?
By introducing a great enough-
Cody, your mom's hot.
Your body could stop the beam.
You and your mom?
My body could
Oh,
stop the
shut up.
beam.
Our lives.
Your cock
Here,
is
let me
so
try again.
fat, you could just absorb the impact.
Me and your mom could make a pretty good heat signature, if you know what I mean.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
You explode violently. Huh? What? Coda.
Hey, I know how to
Ground
solve that now.
control.
Yeah, look at the
Major
labyrinth.
tone.
Now we know how to set. Now we know how
This is an
to.
important moment for me.
Really? So it's like a
Because, yes,
right,
this
and
is
that's it.
technically a glitch, but Coda identifies
We should have
something
took a
human
right
about
the
it.
first chance we
Like how
got.
small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
It's a big word.
I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear
What
is
does
that after
juxtaposed
making
mean?
this,
I mean,
something
like,
lodges
the
itself
opposite
in
of
his brain.
opposed?
He wants to do more of these really
I wasn't
weird
paying
and
attention.
experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Brock, I think it's hilarious that your sandwich is there, but it's literally blocking the screen.
Oh, this looks like the back rooms, but
Can you move forward?
move backwards. Oh, I told you.
This game, you can only walk backwards.
That's pretty cool for a concept.
Fuck yourself.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining
Yeah, it's pretty
motion
good.
and
It's pretty good.
narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game,
I-
but actually it seems to be
go back,
more
yeah.
focused, more
Why does the
complete.
future keep changing?
Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
What's ahead of you?
Holy shit. Which Sex and the City character are you?
How will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which to me is why it works. because
I
it
actually
gets
like that
quick.
one.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
cool.
next one.
It's just like a violent porn game. There's gotta be a couple of them that are just horrific.
Is this Petscop?
You're making references that our demographic doesn't understand because they're all
And that's it.
Arab men.
Okay.
Can you dumb down that joke for me?
Just
Yeah.
yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games,
Is
and I
this
promise you'll see what
bootleg
makes it interesting.
Pokemon with edgy indie horror aspects?
And not only that, you can't
Oftentimes
play the
Coda
game.
would
You
put
can only
bizarre
watch it on
titles like
YouTube
this
while
one
some
at the
other
start
guy
of
plays it.
Yeah,
He's
because
bad
if you
at playing
played
the
it,
game.
you'd reveal too much of the story.
Oh, fuck.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he
Dylan, you have mayonnaise on your
He
face.
would really only
Why don't you go ahead and wipe that off?
It's not mayonnaise, but
Once he stopped work on a game, like,
Okay.
that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
did you mean that, or is there?
There is mayonnaise on your face, yeah.
Where?
Hey, turn towards me. Okay, you got it.
He's like, hey,
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the
He
door
licks
at the
it
top of
off.
the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
To fuck
if he's
with you.
deleting
Show
these
you
games,
I'm
how does he
modifying
have
the
these
game
game
here
files?
So that when you press
These are the
enter,
ones that he
it'll
didn't
bring you
delete,
back
I'm
up
guessing.
to full speed, so you can enter the door for yourself.
You should have just left it.
Yeah.
It would just slow crawl all the way up. Nah, you can't go back.
Can't go back, Bob.
Stand on an X staring at a bear for 3 hours. You play as a loud bodiless sound walking around confusing people.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Lived on a boat, taking orders from the captain. The captain is always wrong.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or
Sharks are
distant.
trying to eat you.
He said that he
Simultaneously,
knew
you were
he was
trying to
actually
eat the
a vibrant
sharks.
and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Did you press U?
Yeah.
That was kind of uncomfortable.
That was
like
a nice
that.
little room. I like that.
Well, there was one that said a stranger appears. I didn't like that.
Pretty dark room for a fishing game.
Half-Life.
You said this was Pro Bass Shop 3.
Well, this is
Bass
new for
Pro
Coda.
Shop.
It's an actual
Shut
puzzle.
up! It's knockoff.
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Copyright reasons.
Take that,
I'm
retard.
sorry, I didn't get the joke. Forgive me.
Oh, fuck. It's more.
Flip the switch and then go inside.
Great.
Wow, look at
Don't
that.
forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Aw,
Let's see it all.
spoilers.
What the fuck are we playing? You just spoiled shit.
Hey, you wanna go get me a drink?
No.
That
Please?
seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oh, what the fuck? Why are there
How
so
about
many?
that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior, and in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
These are a lot of heavy topics for this channel.
I like
'Cause
it.
we don't do heavy topics here. We do simple.
We
and
don't
if
do
there is
self-inflection.
heavy-
We do mild casual racism.
You're exactly right. Wasn't I just here?
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger
I couldn't
picture
find
is.
any drinks out there, so I got you this water in a bowl because they don't have cups out there either.
For those watching at home, he's holding a root beer.
Thank you.
Brock, you know
That
it
would
wouldn't
be
be out
way
of the
funnier
fucking question,
if you
Brock.
No, you gotta bring me like a paper plate with water
Let's talk about video
and
game
ice.
development.
This house is terrible.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which
There was
determines what the
open
game
meat
can
in the
and
fridge
cannot
when we got
do. So
here.
in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Brock is saying
This
like,
house
oh
is
man, the
terrible.
audience will.
Hey, no, you can't have
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
For those watching at home,
Like
Dylan
an
is
engine,
punishing
Source
his
has
dog.
certain things that it does
Learn
well
your
and
fucking
has
lesson.
certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working
So what happened
with
while I
the
was gone?
engine does well.
Oh yeah, let's explain that to you.
parkour.
Tools available to the creator.
Not much,
God.
really.
Creative
Oh,
work
fuck,
they're
stop
gonna end up
that.
making. You might
The
consider
motion
paying
blur you
attention
get
to the
when you jump
architecture
down
of Coda's
far.
games
I don't
to
like that.
Notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's
It
very
implies that
good
there's,
at
like,
producing linear
fall
boxy
damage.
corridors.
Yeah, fuck it, Brock. Just jump all the way down. Look, there's a bottom down there.
Oh, but now you want to go down the stairs.
I can't go any other way.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
It's like
blocked.
literally glass. Turn around. It's locked on you.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a little creepy all of a sudden.
Welcome to prison, fag. If you're not a fag now, you're gonna be.
Is this where I find out which Sex and the City character I am?
You're
This
Melissa.
prison,
I never watched that show, but I bet
Coda's
that's someone in
original
it.
design,
Probably.
the door stayed shut for a full hour before
You
letting
just said
you
a
go.
white girl name.
If you don't mind,
And what
I
do you
think
know?
we're
You
gonna
named
skip
7 characters.
Did you hear what he said?
Oh, no.
In the original version of this game, when you get locked in the
Whether it
prison,
will actually
you
be
sit
skipped,
there for an
but it
hour
means
before they
that you
open the
don't
door.
go through it.
Jesus Christ.
And I would always defend that, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Awesome.
I like this guy. He sounds like
That's such
what's that one
Coda sounds like an eccentric genius.
Yeah, I know, right? He sounds like
But this isn't Coda talking. That's
Yeah,
not-
I know.
listen. This sounds like that one Greek philosopher that had a bowl and nothing else.
Oh, fuck.
And
Diogenes.
Yeah, Diogenes.
You know who I'm talking about.
We just said the name.
I'll share with you my
Diogenes.
interpretation
I
very
can't
shortly.
hear in these headphones.
Diogenes.
Yeah, I heard that.
Diogenes.
It was Diogenes?
He sounds like the video game equivalent of Diogenes.
Behold,
A hairless
Aristotle's man. What the
I
fuck?
don't want the rest of that.
Here,
What's his
Coda
name
begins
said,
using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
There's no slur button? There's no slur button.
Yeah, we can't play this game.
Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? I prefer not to tell you. After all, we only just met. Let's just gaslight them. Let's just gaslight these guys. Huh. So you're not telling them the option, like how they get out.
We have to escape this prison.
There is no ending, you fools.
We gotta get out of this place.
They're pretty stupid if they never figured it out.
If it's the last thing we ever do. Hello, how did you get in here?
No, I've been right here this entire time. You just gotta start gaslighting
Yep.
these guys. Who are you? Just... Maybe Coda had schizophrenia.
Here I go.
This is really weird.
This is a weird game.
I like it though.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Just left field turns into an RPG. You get like a giant sword and you fight a dragon.
You get Dark Souls.
This is nice. I like this. Listening to bugs chirp and fucking just being dark
Okay,
out.
I
I
can't
like
tell you
that.
quite
That's a good
why,
vibe.
but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Oh my god, I was an
The
Amy.
work as well.
It's actually
the games are just
a,
going to become a
it's
lot
a
more cohesive.
lamppost. It's not a
lot more
destination
fully
at all. It's
developed,
a lamp.
more of a
Yeah, well, how'd we get here, wise guy?
And as we
Well, I
go,
assumed
that idea
walking.
will get clearer
Yeah.
and clearer.
Really seems like we walked here to this destination. Fucking asshole. I hate you. You know what? This video series is over.
Go fuck yourself. What? The game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I wonder if it's real.
Well, if you see any slurs, that's how you know it's real.
Yeah, that was pretty sarcastic.
How do I leave
That's a
notes?
2009 thing.
But this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes
Oh.
that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
You
That's-
dick.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This
Oh,
was shortly
wow.
after
That's
I
Wait a
moved
second.
that's a
at
lot to be
weekend
written
game
by
jam
one
in
guy.
Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level.
That's a
And it was
lot
just
to be written
so
by one
different
guy.
from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to.
Brock,
be
look
friends
around the
with
room
this
real
person.
quick.
In retrospect,
Holy
I think I was
fucking
probably
shit!
a bit
Those are all written by him.
Trying to get his attention.
Guy got a lot
I
of
was
free time.
over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And
Reasonable.
I cooled off eventually. Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered
This guy is so
voices
smart.
in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Coda
maybe-
or the narrator?
I think
feel like they're
Coda.
both pretty smart.
They are, and they both do feel like
Yeah, there
we
it
go.
is. Yeah, there it is.
Playing this
a real genius.
All
Like,
right.
he's really
Coda
smart.
often felt
Balls.
that we get to know him better. And
How is there
actually
wood and
connect.
grass and concrete here? What the
And I have
fuck?
to be honest with you. This idea is really seductive to me.
Seductive. That's a little sus.
Play someone's game
Now, what does this mean?
and get to know them.
The video series that'll discover the true meaning of Coda.
So it could be that the narrator's
I
just
could just
looking
get to
too
know
far
you
into
through
this
your
as
work.
well.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much.
It's one of those
Because it
things
felt
that's
like
like,
they let me have that
you know,
connection.
if you draw a
I
picture
felt
of
as
an
though
apple,
he was inviting
are they
me
gonna,
personally
the artists
into
around
his
you
world.
going to say it's just a picture of an
And
apple,
then
or
I
are they
feel
gonna say
less
there's a
lonely,
deeper
too.
meaning to it when all you did was draw a picture of an apple?
Maybe he didn't necessarily know what it meant, but he had No, in a better way. Like, maybe he didn't know exactly what it meant, but it did have meaning. He just didn't know how to express it, you know?
Hey, I can type here.
I like this place.
The guy over there wrote much wrong.
What if you drop?
Oh, okay, your fixed position.
Yeah.
Those must be fixed.
These games have been edited too. Didn't he say that in the beginning? To make them
Yeah,
playable?
he did. I like that he said to make them playable.
I just saw a flying penguin. Let me talk you some. Jesus Christ, this guy wrote a lot, dude.
I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go do that.
It's
Fuck.
genius.
I bet one of these tells us which Sex and the City character we are.
What the shit is this cavern?
This was 2009. Was Sex and the City a thing?
I don't know.
Boring. That guy was.
Aren't
trying to
we
fuck
all?
somebody.
Yeah. That's the cam girl.
We're all just... Oh,
Recognize me, please.
that's sad.
Mixed game includes door cannot open door. Thanks. Door how open?
Yeah, there would be a lot more
Oh
racism.
my god. So he really wrote all these by himself. That's so much to write it though.
This is too much. I can't read through all of these.
Stop, turn back, proceeding further will result in misery. Wow. Wow, that is... There's so many.
Just gonna take a bite out of my sandwich.
We should have put webcam up just so that we could see Brock take a bite out of sandwich.
Mm-hmm. I keep telling you, we need to do more webcam, and you keep going, no, fucking bitch.
That one's in the ground over there. If you
I'm
look
sorry,
to the
I'm
left.
really insecure.
That one's in the ground. What if you fell off? It was just a fuck with you.
That would be amazing.
The one spot you could do it.
So I went to Subway with the boys today, right, guys? And they replaced the straws with paper straws, and it's
yeah.
kind of inconveniencing
Mine's
me.
kind of melted into the fucking drink, so that's awesome. You
This is
know?
actually the first time I've ever seen a paper straw.
I see them all the time at they were a big thing at McDonald's, and then they went back to the plastic
At the
straws,
end of
which was
this level,
hilarious.
we're going to see the puzzle again. And here,
Which
I'll tell
tells
you
you
what I think.
capitalism always wins.
Each
Yeah.
of these games represents an idea
I think it's actually
that was
cheaper
on
to do
Coda's
plant
mind
paper.
at the
isn't
time
it?
that he was
Wouldn't it
making
be?
it.
I think
And
plastic,
the
they've been
puzzle
doing it for
is a
so
way
long.
of closing the
Yeah.
door on a previous chapter of his life before
You
moving
guys hear
on
that?
to the next.
Yeah, it's like whispering noise.
In
No,
each
that's
of
in
his
your head.
games, after exploring a
You took your
theme,
medication
you
today,
might
right?
find
Fuck!
Coda can then place this
Hey.
puzzle.
Take my friend's
He
face
knows
off.
has a reliable solution.
My eyes! Why did you hide them?
Your
And
therapist
so
is lying
using
to
a
you.
simple mechanism
I love the new Matrix movie for
It's
that.
so good.
and
You
because
just
there's
spoiled
this
the
dark
shit out of
area
the Matrix
between the
video for
doors,
those Arab
space
men that are
between
on our
spaces.
game.
Hey, so if you haven't seen The Matrix, they convince you not to trust your therapist and stop taking your medication.
There's only
And
one
let
here.
go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that bigger picture.
I love it.
Do any of them say anything? Can you like look at them?
They're typewriters.
Are you there? Please say something. Cannot be anything. I just need you to say something.
Oh my god. That's heavy shit. Don't know what it means, but that's pretty neat.
So the thing is he made these games for himself. Porn stars die too.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
He killed
Okay.
a hooker. That's what these games are about. Is because he killed his hooker. It's kind of a useless
think
shelf
that's it.
there. I hate modern like houses.
Oh, me too.
Why?
This looks cool for a
Fuck
video
modern
game.
architecture.
This looks cool for a video game, but if this was your house, it'd be just sad.
Hey, yeah, this sucks.
It's
this
so
is not
like plain.
modern. There's a
See, like,
ladder.
this is it, the whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about
It's
it.
not
you
a
just
ladder.
walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture.
So you're in the well.
I don't know why,
That
but
you
he
This is
decides he's
2009.
going
It's
to
hardly
revisit
modern.
He's gonna start over.
I love modern architecture because some asshole was just like, what if everything was a fucking box? That's modern
Munch my
architecture.
box. Oh
Bad
man,
modern architecture.
this is modern.
What furniture ought to go in the center of the room?
How about a TV with surround
Put a
sound?
giant hole in the ground.
I like this idea.
That's not a hole.
It's the illusion of
10
choice.
stoves lined up along the wall, Minecraft style.
See,
I think we should light up this room a bit. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric soft LED ceiling lights. I like that idea too.
A lamp.
And a table. You need a table. Tables were invented in 1935. That is not true. Oh. Oh my.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Again, I think he's just interpreting it wrong.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
He didn't even interpret it that time. You were just like, he interpreted it wrong, but you said nothing.
Well, like it didn't have any meaning, and the guy said that,
He said it was weird for the sake of being weird.
he didn't make the game, though, is what I'm saying. He's just throwing meaning onto something that didn't really need to have meaning thrown on it.
You're so full of shit.
Click on the table.
He legitimately only just said for the first time that
Read
he
the
wasn't.
instructions.
No, fuck you. I'm talking to Dylan.
Go over to the photo frame and click it to turn it slightly. This is explaining how you can escape the prison.
The floor lamp.
And turn it back on.
Go to the left side of the sofa.
Move it over
Move it
a little.
over.
Bitch. Touch the shelves. That's it. In the real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken to your prison.
It's not going to be anything like this, is it?
Yeah, something's gonna be missing.
Yep.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events.
Figures.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the
Whoa.
outside and the outside is the inside. Real quick for a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally,
Wow.
I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person
Hey, it's the door.
basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense
Escape.
against yourself.
Oh, I thought you
Without
could
it, you
escape.
just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of seeing this dark alleyway was you're a child molester and you're on the prowl. That's all. My mind goes to things that don't make sense.
You're right, that didn't make sense.
What do you mean? Don't you know that in every dark hallway there's a child molester just waiting?
I am not waiting.
My teachers wouldn't lie to me. That's what they said. And some fucker's gonna offer me candy.
Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison.
Oh, you're having a schizophrenic breakdown.
You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation.
Which one are we in last?
And so this is what Coda
We were in all
wants,
of them.
is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
That's pretty sad.
You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
This is really sad.
That's not true. There was those black people. They were somebody else. Just hits you with the stop wearing my face, stop wearing my face, stop wearing my face. You feel like the same person, Brock?
One.
You feel like the same person?
Press 1. Thank you.
Oh no, that's awful! You get
Do
some.
I press 1 and lie to him, or do I tell him the truth?
The problem is that you don't actually know who you are right now.
Yeah, that's the answer. I feel that one.
No, I think I'm the first person to call back. You did not.
I don't know. To be sincere is nice. I like that.
It'll make sense.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, if only.
I was
So
7.
what would it look like if
What?
Coda wanted to make
What?
a game about talking to
2009.
someone?
They're hiding my face. What is this?
I was 9.
God, you're
I
old.
was 9 years old then.
To me, this environment
also
is
fucking
meant to
men and
represent
women.
Coda's puzzle, with the
Pedophiles
two doors
like
on
'em
either
young,
side
so-
and a dark transitional
Shut
space
up.
between.
Let's go in the house. Go in the house. Hey, go in the house.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, don't
Hey.
go in the house.
hey, go in the
So
house.
you're aware,
Go in the
nothing
house.
will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Get fucked, loser. There's no lever.
It sounds really cold out.
You can tell because it's like,
We've all been there. Out in the cold. Not sure who we are at the end of the day.
We've all been there, out in the
Like
cold,
we skipped a
trying to
couple
fix
steps there.
Brock's fucking car again. Oh my goodness!
Dylan, the fact that your car
I'm
runs is
narrating
like
right
sheer
now.
fucking luck.
Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality
What?
of the art is a step up from
You've
previous
been recruited to clean, motherfucker.
which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins
This is
putting
pretty
much
nice.
more effort.
Are we cleaning this whole place?
That's the story, little one. Oh, don't you worry now. We'll be through this mess in no time. I promise you'll wish there was more. Why don't I finish up in here? In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed?
oh,
This is a 1950s salesman.
so nice.
I think all of these games
While
are
you're in
leading.
there, why don't you straighten out that rug a bit? All the little details matter.
I think all of these games are leading to sex too.
Can you imagine? Right at the end.
And I haven't tried the first one yet.
Which option should we pick?
The, How did you end up doing this
There's a
job?
home.
A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. After I blew him, I cleaned the place up, and that was that.
Alright, that's not what he says.
might have got some demons I ain't ready to face. What?
Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch in all a mess. Jesus Christ. Oh dear, looks
How
like
about you
someone
do some
spilled
of it if you like cleaning
spilled a
so much?
drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. He's just leading you to things that are already like fucked and just making you do stuff around them. Making it especially cheesy. Oh, I didn't like that. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you do that?
Get fucked.
Can you
Look at him bee-hopping.
I'm bee-hopping. I'm bee-hopping. Pushing. Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. There's like a dead body in there. It just fucking left turns for no reason. Are those books still scattered on the bedroom? I like that. That looked good. This is hitting my ASMR spot. This is hitting the soft spot in my
What
side.
the fuck?
Set of prison games. Is house cleaning like almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particular
So you can either
difficult
be an
traumatic
asshole,
experience
you can
where
be
just need to let it
dick,
and
or you
digest
can be
inside
condescending.
and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. Wow,
I'm a
okay.
big guy.
Yeah,
That's heavy as fuck.
Wow. Whew. You know what? I'm gonna go do the dishes. This,
Dylan, you're supposed to be reading, you
this
son
has
of a bitch.
inspired
I'm
me!
enjoying this, Dylan. Shut up.
Actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was
You gotta
like,
smooth out the rug again.
grossly
I think it's
happy
repeating.
all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Oh, I wish I was like that. Instead, here I am, making videos for nobody!
Hey, the tub is dirty again.
When did he have time to use these things while we were cleaning them?
He's just running around right behind us, fucking shit up.
Well, we got back and there was a full taste.
Oh, he's
of
gonna
that.
talk about the cheesy thing.
I was gonna say, it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you.
Aww.
That's so nice.
Don't know
If
why I
had a
felt so-
house.
I get it. That's a
You
weird...
can clean my house if you want.
Yeah, you're
No.
right. That's pretty
God,
cheesy.
no.
But there's a bit of truth in it, no? The third one. That's a good line.
Yeah.
He said, no, fag.
Anyway.
So, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up
Oh,
the books?
he wants you to go to the
Thanks.
door of your own accord.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, goodness. Those pillows over on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he found some peace.
That's nice.
Does it turn out he's
This
dead?
is happy.
He's dead, isn't he?
No, they were talking about making
Question.
enticing him to make more.
But, of course, it
Do you
can't
enjoy
last.
this?
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to move. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
So I think there was some meaning in the last words that he said when he said, "Do you enjoy this?" and then he disappeared. I think there was a reason for that.
No, you're just reading too much into
you're
it.
right. You're right. You're
Fuck
right.
you.
You're right.
Damn it.
What?
There's that light post.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Now I just want to be in a cabin in the woods.
Items you
Snow.
love at members only
Shit.
prices. Why did you come here today? No, Cage, this is all you.
Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect.
This is the role Cage was made.
What the fuck?
What did you do? The workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect.
Well, yeah, I just
We change
destroyed the
seats.
fucking
We
game.
change seats. I want your friends, the people in your life, do you look at and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think is that way in your own life? Who do you know that is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless?
Dude, I'm just
selfish,
trying to eat a
ungrateful?
sandwich.
I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, But how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy. It
About
is
halfway
so
through the game, the perspective
easy.
shifts.
The perfect is effortless.
Oh wait, you have a choice. You can either keep up and do what the guy was
You
talking
play
about,
as the teacher.
or you can do.
And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
What the fuck? What a left turn.
Oh, that's the afterlife, and it means that they're.
There was 3 students that day. Some purple-headed fuck, a lamppost that was just there, and the end of days in the background.
One of the options says, on the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society.
Click that.
Jesus.
The other one says, kids should not follow their dreams.
So you can either be a
Just press
dick or
1.
you can just be a, like... Well, no, that's bad too, because you can't achieve stuff with no effort.
This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort?
If it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer.
I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside.
This is so fucking...
Being alone must feel awful.
If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right.
Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent.
Drinking is not hurting my life. Jesus Christ.
Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me?
Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Just kidding.
Hey, we're gonna do some ecstasy.
This guy needs to get off ecstasy. Look at that.
I
fucking
love
black
this.
hole. Holy
love
shit, you guys,
this.
something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Everyone run! Run!
It's good to warn them.
I felt pretty hard for this.
All 2 of them?
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Yeah.
Affection.
Assume
I
that
mean,
someone
that
person
cyst thing, that I'm not relatable to that at all,
totally
but you know the
fulfilled in
rest of
every
it.
way, and completely miss all of the
I don't
little
have a
flaws
cyst.
that make them painfully human.
We're all painfully human.
Think about this game a lot.
Some of us more than others.
Take my friend's face off. Take my friend's face off.
This one took a lot
Why
longer
haven't
than
you
all the
taken
others
one
for
ear off yet?
It was 4
Oh, yeah, I
months
probably
between
should do
this and
that.
the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not
Nah,
like
it's
it's
not back on.
particularly complex. So I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
You know, I've just realized that I have 2 perfectly good headphones in my car.
The lights flick on, people start yelling, "Dance, monkey, dance." The performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are
I'm a fat racist.
We are gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall.
You.
Good. Stay right there.
I fucking hate chinks.
The woman-
Oh, is that a minority?
The woman across the room is in the chair as a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph her animals. Go say something to her. Where's the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation.
I'm
with
gonna
this person.
give her a lap dance.
Do it again. I like you. No, that's not what I said at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's just that you need to feel better at the center ending. There are a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will start just bouncing ping pong. Just you're getting the shit kicked out of you, man. Jesus. I bet you learn to lean into the pain. Now, miss, I know that you don't like very personal. You don't like very personal questions, but This is a two-parter. Is that true, and when was your first period?
I like how he said that there's nothing too special about this game, but it's heavy as fuck yet
That
again.
was a between two ferns joke.
I think I remember that.
It's Zach Galifianakis. He's very
Yeah,
funny.
I know who it is. I know it to be. Is that the one with Brie
Yeah,
Larson?
yeah, she's like
The
looking all
game ends
freaked out
with
and
this
shit.
eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
He's gonna get
The
caged
solution
up in a
to social
theater?
anxiety, to fears of having form and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away.
Dude, it's catching up.
Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. To be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
There was eyes.
Was there?
Yeah, but you didn't
Coda
see
was
them.
I'm
another
busy
5
being a
months to
good
make
human
new
being.
game.
Yeah, okay. More like a piece of shit that doesn't pay attention to his craft.
Mobius trip to play this game. You must keep your eyes closed. What's going on? I mean, I can't see anything.
What?
Are we supposed to activate shit? Oh shit!
Am I going to be killed by a giant door?
Hey, there's a guy up there. Hey, wait a minute!
That's
You should
the
probably
same.
Open your eyes if you haven't
Look up,
already.
look
It's
up,
pretty
like
much
over there, and
impossible
then
to solve
straight up,
otherwise.
straight up,
And
straight
there
up.
is a solution.
The
by
guy
the
up there.
How do we fix this? How do I get up to him?
I don't know. Yeah, that.
Okay,
That
gotta try again.
that got really heavy very quickly. Did you read any of those options?
Press 3. Press 3.
Not yet, not yet. Just keep going. Is to speak about something that is honest.
2.
Oh man.
Aww.
Oh no.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
That got bad very quickly.
Yeah, this is
His games
fucked
will get a
up.
bit more desperate from here on out.
Oh no.
This game, it's almost 6 months
Why?
before he finishes something new.
Don't you love it when it's like, this is pretty bad, and then you get to the end and it's like, it only gets worse from here.
Do you think he named himself Coda because he's a video game Coda?
Maybe he's not real at all,
Do
and
you
it's
get
just
the joke?
it's
Do I need to explain it?
yeah.
for
You need to.
Oh.
So instead of Coder,
I was breathed
It's like-
into life, and amongst me is the tree of life.
This seems familiar, but I'm not sure why. I made heavy eyes at Brock.
The Lord
Winky
is my
eyes.
shepherd, I shall not want.
Where did the silent come from?
except for I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Where did this island come from? What if that's the option for all of them? Cage, that's all you?
No.
Cage,
I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
we split. You could just talk, Cage.
Is that person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look
What
lost.
if that's how God talks? God shows up and he's like, "What's up, bro?" And you're like, "Oh my fucking God, you were Muscle Man the whole time?"
I have nothing left to give to my work.
Hey, how you doing?
Come on, Andreas.
Oh no!
Oh, puppy.
What happened? Did something change? Oh, fuck me.
Oh no. Brock, I'm gonna start struggling to make this funny.
This is just sad.
It's a good sad though.
Yeah, I know, but it's fucked up. Oh. Wait. You're looking for that machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't that far.
You know who else?
Having a really hard time doing a Muscle Man voice while this is going on. I can take you to it,
Game
but there's a problem.
explicitly about his creative frustrations.
Oh no, bro. What are you doing with that strap?
Put yourself in my shoes.
You're slow, bro.
Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle,
Deal?
frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games.
That Muscle Man
Keeps
rap was like
throwing
one of the
himself
best
into
memes
the
I've
grinder,
ever seen.
even when he
honestly.
clearly
It was
doesn't
my
have the
favorite.
energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because, from my perspective at the time,
You know who else wants to solve the puzzle?
this was a result of
Oh no!
he was in his own little bubble.
Hey, I
sitting at his
recognize
computer all
this.
day, not really showing these games to anyone,
Stupid
not
twink, you
releasing
couldn't
them
solve
to
the puzzle?
and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash. Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
It got more depressing.
This is something
It's gotten infinitely more
I used to
depressing.
get
Oh, that's
so much
wonderful.
joy out of seeing him create.
I can't move the mouse because Andreas is sitting on it.
Like this.
Atreus.
It was the worst thing.
Andre.
I can't do the San Andreas theme song, but
I can't either. Patience, you'll have to trust me.
Oh no, bro. That's all I can do in his voice. You know who else? Come on, Scrap.
That's a bad one.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
Oh
I wanted
shit.
it to stop
Look at
more than anything.
it says all you have to do to get in,
I just
to get out
I
is
needed more
be
than I had
sincere,
ever needed anything.
which is not at all what that says. But you remember,
Imagine foreshadowing your own depression.
yeah.
That's what you said earlier.
Yeah.
But why would God tell you to be sincere? Is this implying that you're God?
No, because at no point has he ever mentioned God in this game. Oh my god! That's fucked up, dude.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
What year is it? 2011 now?
Yep.
Hey, that's
Good
my
job.
birthday month.
Good job.
Well, I
How
just
are you?
assumed it was 6 months, and that was back in 2009. So 2 years from then would have been that. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. Begin the interrogation.
I intend to be brutal. Very nice.
You walk in, just switches to German. Ich bin liegen!
Oh no.
This isn't good.
This, yeah.
No flash photography! Get the camera out of my fucking face!
Machine.
I'm here to be very racist at a very fast rate.
Get that camera out of my fucking face!
He puts the race in racists.
You
And of
stopped.
course, it's the machine.
Your work was keeping us alive, your work was keeping us healthy, you stopped feeding us. So he's like stuck in a vicious dopamine cycle where whenever he makes a game he like enjoys it so much, but he like hates himself for enjoying it? Is that what we're getting at? You need to apologize to people. Apologize for leaving me? Jesus Christ. So he lost his drive for making video games, and then he made video games about losing his drive for making video games? But I thought Coda wasn't releasing these games.
Ladies and gentlemen, who was in Paris?
I refuse to acknowledge that I made a bad decision when saying the N-word. If you look at the context, he was being an N-word. This is heavier than I thought it was going to be. I clicked on this game because I thought that it was going to be like that game that me and Brock played a while back, Gone Home, which was about lesbos.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah,
Honestly,
not even fucking like on the
close.
same wavelength.
I had Gone Home, but I never played it.
It was really good. You should watch us play it.
On Smigmore and Friends.
Oh my god. Is that a promotion inside of a promotion?
If there's one thing we're known for, it's sucking our own dicks when it's inappropriate. Dude,
Speaking of, get over here.
Dude, I'd promote my shit during my own funeral.
That's an interesting...
It would be printed on my coffin. Just the URL.
Hurry!
Oh, not the theater again.
Oh,
shit!
Oh, they armed me again.
When did this game come out? It wasn't during those theater shootings, was it?
Oh, no. When did Batman come out? Around the same time, right?
When did Joker come out, you mean?
No, it wasn't Joker. It was
Did
The Dark
Batman-
Knight
Remember, you can
Rises.
fire the gun.
Or Returns or some shit like
Oh,
that.
it's okay to shoot. You can fire the gun. Oh. Yeah, fuck this place.
Schmeeman. Scheming.
Hey, wait a minute.
Coda, I'll make sure you are known forever, or I'll make sure your work dies here. Well, one's better than the other. Kind of.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he
Press
needs to do
press
is
1
just
so
start
more
showing his
options
work
keep coming up.
to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh,
As I'm
Okay.
thinking this,
So it's not just
I
one
realized
game,
that
it's all
I
of them.
could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Brock, those are typewriters. They can be resold. You just destroyed them.
That's pretty wasteful for the environment.
We're really gonna sell typewriters? That's gonna be our business practice?
Are we
Alright,
destroying-
jackass.
Are we destroying all of his works?
That was the nice place too. That was the cozy home.
Yeah, it was the nice room.
Where you could press U to surrender. Press U now. What if that ended the game?
That would be funny.
Oh, look at that.
So I started showing Coda's
It's
work.
the puzzle.
I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape game. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give them some
Okay.
external reference point.
But
they,
that
they
was really
genuinely
bad.
loved his work.
That was a huge
There
breach
was
of trust
nothing
there.
for him to be afraid of.
Because he took his games.
Showing people something that's on the internet,
They
right?
weren't his to
No, they
show.
weren't on the
They
internet.
were on his computer.
Oh.
He just went and showed a bunch of
Mm.
people his stuff without asking if that was okay.
Yeah, and they like replaced the straws at Subway without asking me if it was okay.
Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my work is good. That I am good. When someone really connects
solid.
with a thing that I've made, when they
probably
see
Luke.
themselves purely in my work, there's nothing
time
that
is it?
feels better. And
Yeah, it has
I
to
got
be.
to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something. I really felt like I'd done something good.
That's
like,
really bad, though.
I
That's a
was
breach
good
of trust.
person. Felt like there
Like,
was
Brock, if
was
you
in
made,
trouble
like, video
and
games
was
on your
unhappy
computer,
and
I'd never
maybe
take
didn't
them
like themselves,
and share them
I
with
could
people that
fix
are in our
it.
friend
If I
group.
could give it
Yeah.
Unless you said it was
maybe I
okay.
could-
You have to ask.
Yeah.
When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling.
I think that
Made
the
me feel
narrator's
so
using
happy.
Coda
so
to make himself
beautifully-
feel better.
beautifully happy.
Mm.
Based off of that one line that was just said. Because the entire time he was saying that it was
So
a good thing
anyway,
for Coda, but
Coda
he just said
finishes
that
this
it made
game,
him happy.
And then, really, he just kind of
Super
takes off for
duper
a
happy,
while.
he said.
So this is June of 2011, and
I'm gonna go
I didn't
tell
hear anything
Luke
from
that that's
him
my
for
dog and
several
not to
weeks,
throw
I
it in the
guess.
snow.
Like he would.
So out of
Luke
nowhere,
wanted
one
to
day I
shoot
get an
Scrappy
email,
yesterday.
And it's got a
Yeah, but
private
Scrappy's
link
an
to a
asshole.
New game of Coda.
So was Atreus in the wrong
This one
light.
is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game
Hey.
that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
This one's gonna be really sad.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It looks like the school from Amazing World of Gumball.
Huh.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Like life.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
This feels like hell. Feels like somebody just dropped us into hell.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning.
Talking about himself
You know,
again?
that one used to actually leave
No.
the cleaning chores and you just cleaned the house forever. I had to put it off so that you could
I
exit
missed
the
it.
house
What'd he
and the
say?
game would actually end.
He said that,
That game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
1 5 1 6. Fuck.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up,
Go
Cage.
fuck yourself.
So the date is not important though, right? Because that seems like it would be a date.
No, because Coda didn't put the date in the game. The narrator did. It's got nothing to do with dates at all. Of course, you'd know that if you had your headphones on.
Who's doing stuff? Hey, wait, please. So when do we get to the part where he says slurs?
Imagine if you were in the middle of a Jacksepticeye game and he just like took his headphones off and stopped paying attention.
From this side.
I left.
So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
This is what I've been saying the
But I
entire
can
time.
open this door for you. so-
That's what he's saying.
Coda designed. I'm
For not
I'm guessing.
understanding this
Okay,
game?
but Coda designed this part,
I don't
this
know why I
game
would be. It's not
specifically
like everything needs
for
to
the
have
narrator.
solution, but I feel it
because the
somewhere.
narrator keeps going
I
through the
feel like
game
I
and
failed.
editing it so that he
And
can
I
play
don't
it.
understand why.
He didn't do that until he made
It's
this.
June of 2011.
We don't know that.
I'm playing
Right, but you just made like a
Just
very
listen, just
random.
I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah, I better stop
I don't
correcting
know
you.
this person.
I'm making too much
I have
sense.
no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
Me, every time Dylan mysteriously vanishes for 6 months. Fuck you, Dylan.
What's funny is that that experience isn't just you. It's also our YouTube fans.
I'm the viewer at that point.
It's because of what I did.
Oh, fuck.
I poisoned it for you.
There's a door to the right.
Thanks, Dylan.
I'm just.
I was
That's
really reveling in
depressing.
the silence of the shock of this revelation.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Do you think Coda thinks this guy's a dick for making another even bigger way to
And
share his
The people who
things?
played them they treated me like
I don't think
was
Coda's the
important.
dick in this
They
situation.
really listened and
No, that's not what
cared
I'm
about
saying.
what I had to say.
To be honest, I
Even
stopped
though I was
listening
showing
after
your
you said
work, it
dick.
was. I felt
I got
good about
I
myself.
started thinking about Brock, Steve.
Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Wow.
Oh.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was
Oh,
no feeling.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Christ.
Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
This is like a bad relationship.
You know, I'd like to point out the fact that this is why people talk to each other, is to express their concerns. And I feel like him being quiet about his concerns towards the narrator is ultimately what brought this upon himself, because he can't assume that the narrator understands this about somebody. This is actually quite unusual as a personality. So, not saying the narrator is without fault, but I think that if this guy had a problem, he probably should have just talked with the narrator
Like myself.
and made him understand what he was thinking. So in this, I kind of do think Coda's a dick.
They're both in the wrong, but I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
they're both
either
in
of
the
them are
wrong.
dicks.
I think they both had good intentions, but Coda was being a little bit too what's the word? I don't know what word I'm thinking of.
I'm just confused because
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry.
She's
I
doing
know
the
I
exact
screwed
thing
up.
he told him not to do.
If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean,
I spent $10 to buy this game.
because I know that I did an awful
guy's
thing,
making
and I'm
money
doing it
off of
again
this.
right now. Like I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever
Oh,
that
shit.
wholeness
The
is that you
door-
just
the room's
summoned out of
closing in
nothing.
on us.
You put
Oh,
in your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
I thought this was
Boys,
gonna
I
be
think Coda's the dick in this situation.
I thought this was gonna be a game about lesbos again. That's what I thought it was gonna be like. Epilogue. He killed himself.
Epilogue, I hardly even know her.
Oh, a train station.
So, the narrator put the lampstands in the game?
Yeah, he was changing the game, like I said.
Yeah,
No, I
you
think
were
that's-
right.
No, I think that's a metaphor because the guy started changing his games to have endings,
When they didn't,
and the lampposts
they didn't
were
have
the
it.
endings. So I think he physically put them in, but metaphorically, the narrator is the one that was forcing him to put them in.
People telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
That was like, it was really good.
That was really good.
Him saying that, Coda saying that he's so, personally, like, infected his personal space that he started putting endings in himself as well to his games.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. This game is so fucking crazy.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Yeah, I feel like both of them should... Well, not both of them.
They are both in the wrong.
Yeah, I
There's
feel
no
like
way.
Coda should have just explained to him.
That he was okay.
He should have
Now,
been the
the
person to
disease is
tell him
telling you to
that.
stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are.
Well, maybe it's not that. Maybe he tried, and the only way to get through to him was to put it in a game.
Well, to be fair, we're only hearing this from one side, so maybe the narrator didn't actually tell Coda that he thought he was being depressed. He just immediately went to other people and didn't talk it out with Coda himself. So again, it could be both of their faults.
I just feel like in the beginning when I said that he was putting meaning into the game, even though there was no meaning to be put into it, it was just as it is.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now?
Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. So I'm just gonna... Okay.
Well, he didn't say goodbye like a Montanan would. I need
Well,
to get going. Yeah.
Alright.
3 hours later, we really gotta go.
We're not even in the Midwest and we've mastered the Midwestern goodbye.
I love that fucking shit. When you be in the car, you started the car and you're
You'll roll
talking
down
out
the
of your
window.
window
Yep.
to talk to him. I
Gotta
think
go at
I've
the
done
same
that with Prague a couple
We've
times.
done it so many times. There's a hole in the ground. I'm gonna jump in it.
It's a prison.
Huh.
It's like that one Scooby-Doo and Batman crossover where...
Oh, of course, I know
Hey,
the
he
one.
left, so if there's like a part of this where you press enter to like skip the 1 hour waiting thing, and he's no longer here to do that for us, are we just fucked? Is this gonna be a 2 hour video and the other hour is us waiting for the prison to open?
That'd be hilarious. Is there achievement? Is there an achievement from doing everything the right way?
I don't think there is a right way.
I mean, really, our part of the game so far has just been walking.
There was no way to avoid.
Walking, listening, and crying.
Hey, that's the thing! That's from the whisper machine. That's that thing you hit.
Do you think we'll die, or do you think we'll be sent up into space?
I think we're gonna go up. What was that? Just Godzilla for like no fucking reason.
So, the channel is the video games. Dylan is Coda, and I am the narrator, invading all of Dylan's space until ultimately I have videos by myself
You're
without
like-
Dylan involved.
You're like Smosh, but the new Smosh.
Ew, why would you say that? That's fucked
Okay,
up.
we have, like,
you
5
really think
viewers.
that about us? Am I Anthony or is he Anthony?
Yeah, which
No,
one do I
because
get to be?
Anthony has.
Holy
Holy
shit.
Anthony has his own channel.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, they're homie. Yeah, I think the real takeaway is this guy just has too much time on his hands.
What Zero Pussy does to a motherfucker.
Hello. Yes, hello, I love you.
I'm still pretty sure that Coda's a girl.
too.
No, because they said him like a bunch of times.
Just to throw you off
Look,
the scent.
Atreus, I am trying to listen to the game. Alright, fine. Come on up. Come on. Come on up. You goober. Come on.
He doesn't want up, he just wants to violate your space.
Well, he's doing it quite well. She is. You know what? You got sharp nails. You got sharp nails. That hurts. That hurts.
Sit.
She's still got puppy teeth too, so they're like razor sharp and tiny.
Sit.
Turn
And another
Turn
copyrighted
around.
song.
Wait, is this copyrighted?
Oh, it's gonna be.
4R.
Maybe Coda wasn't his real name.
Maybe Coda wasn't a guy. That was beautiful.
Alright, I'm gonna close this because of the video.
no.
I have
See,
to
that's
because
good.
of the song.
You can play. Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Wait.
Oh,
This is
look
the
at that.
song
That's
that's
credit.
playing.
That's credit.
That is
That's
credit.
Yeah, but does that mean that we get to do it?
I don't think it's copyrighted.
If I post a video and it's just like Disturbed, down with the sickness.
We're not
just
making
tell
any
them.
money off this. It doesn't matter.
Maybe you're not.
Nice voice crack there, genius.
Oh yeah? You want to fight about it?
No. Hey.
Then we just had a
Shit.
beautiful moment in this game, and now you're getting violent.
Yeah, you want to get your ass kicked? Is that what you want?
Oh, you're so cuddly. You're so nice.
Chapter select. I want to see what the chapters are called.
Cry. Cry more. Cry a lot.
Whisper, backwards, entering, stairs, puzzle, exiting, down, notes, escape, house, lecture, theater, Mobius, island, machine, tower, epilogue. Okay. This was crazy.
Well, now I have to look into the lore because it's like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, was that not real? Was any of that not real? That would be just fucking huge trip. That, like one of the best stories.
I am sad. Goodbye.